Hi folks, my name's Andy and I'm having a lot of fun playing with this rolling ball sculpture that I'm setting out to make, and I just got a few bits and pieces that I've been playing with that I thought you may be interested in if you're setting out to make one of these devices for yourself, or if you're just fascinated by I'm going to say nonsense machines, because this sculpture has no practical use whatsoever. But I'm having a lot of fun. There's a lot of little sort of mechanical details that maybe I've forgotten over the years or things. But anyway, I'll take you straight into it. If you start to make something like this, you very quickly realise that you need some sort of jig or tool to allow you to assemble such a device, or to make it easy. And I'll show you what I've done. My engineering training tells me to make a jig or a clamp, that I should make a drawing and then machine a device of precise dimensions. But 3/4 of a century of engineering in the practical sense has told me I don't need to bother. What I've done is I've bent a little bit of steel, this is galvanized wire. I've got 13 millimeters between a gap, which is what I want. And what I'm going to do is I've got 2 bits of aluminium, which I'm going to clamp in the vise, hopefully. Press those in there so I know I've got exactly the dimensions that I want. So now, if you can see that, I've got 2 sides of a clamp, and that'll hold my bits apart. So look, they doesn't look very deep on that one side, so I'm going to just pop that in again. And there I've got my 2 bits of metal. I shall drill those now and put a nut and bolt through, a little wing nut. Okay, and there you have it. It's not a thing of beauty, but it's fit for purpose. Oh, by the way, when you make such a thing, make sure that it'll fit between your finish track widths. Sorry, I take that for granted. So there we go, and when I come to braze my little U pieces on, that'll be at exactly the right dimension. Okay, I've shown you the breadboard before, my base. As I say, this is not going to be a finished product, this is a finished item. This is simply for prototyping. So what I've done is I've added these 3 new studs there, there and there, and I've put some wires on, and that's going to allow me to make the adjustments that I want to make. This is a little pancake spiral that I've made, and because I've never done anything like this before, I have no idea what the flight time is of a ball round here. So although I've taken a flyer as to sort of physical size, I have no idea how long it's going to run for. If I place a marble up here, how long will it take to run down? So this is for me to prototype. This isn't fixed, other than I've got these little arms off this studding, and not going through the kitchen drawer, and I got a whole bunch of these things, and my wife said to me, we never use these, you know, shall I throw them away? And I said, oh no, I got a use for those, and I've used them to just tie down this track to these little arms. And so the idea is I can spend time now getting some idea of just what is the flight time. So if I've got that, it just makes any adjustments real easy, or at least I hope it is. You'll have seen guys doing such things, and they're actually finding out on the finished model and you know, the adjustments, and I want to try and get ahead of that and just sort of see, well, what happens if I you know, how slow can I have the ball running, and with this, as I said before, a 6mm studding, 1 turn and I've gone down 1mm, half a turn I've gone down 1/2 millimetre, but I just want to get a feel for it. And I think I've probably got to buy a new stopwatch, because that would be useful. Anyway, I'm going to spend the next few hours messing about with this, keeping some notes, and as I say, I'm interested in the flight time down the height, so as I've got some idea of what my spacing needs to be, how many layers I can put in this. It may work out that I cut this in half if this height is too much, or if the timings don't work out. I can change things. I do love to hear where you're from, which part of the world you're watching in. As I think you know, I'm in the UK, on the west coast of Wales. I've got a 21mm height difference between the top of the track there down to the bottom, and give you some idea this inner track is 150 millimeters, call it 6 inches, just to give you some sort of guide. They say 4.5 seconds ish. I've simply raised this end 6 millimeters. I put a mark on the face of the nut there and wound it up 6 turns and pulled the bottom up to it, so I know with 1 millimeter per turn on the 6 millimeter studding, that tells me I've got a height difference of 6 millimeters. Okay, so 3.8. Okay, so it's giving me a feel for what sort of flight time I'm going to have for this type of structure. It's funny how it goes. I've had this stopwatch for probably 30 or 40 years, and it's something from RS Components many years ago, and it stopped working, only half of the screen lit up, and it stopped working 20 years ago, and I've had it in a drawer in my tool chest here, and I've just fixed it, and I've got some old batteries, but the little rubber connecting strip that connects the liquid crystal display to the printed circuit board at the back, I cleaned that with acetone, and I don't know if it's accurate. I don't know if any of the if the crystal and the timing crystals gone awry or not, but anyway, it's I'm going to press it back into service. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.